Hey guys, it's Ross going on the Spacious Couch. Today I'm going to talk about the Expanse TV series. Episode 1, Dulcinea, is now available online on scifi.com and will be until the 14th of December, which is when the show actually premieres. And it's a two-parter. Following night there's another one, and then it continues a week after that. So finally, the Expanse is here. We've been waiting for this for I don't know how long. You know, all this year it seems like. So finally it's here and it is fantastic. Now, the credits, the intro to the show, does a really good job, I think, of setting the scene between Earth, Mars and the belt, you know, and like travelling between them all. You see New York, you see all the colonies on the moon, all that sort of stuff. It's really, really good. Now, as for the actual story, however, Season 1 is going to follow Book 1, Leviathan Wakes, and certainly this pilot episode followed the events of the book very faithfully. The opening is very creepy, just like in the book, with Juliet Mao stranded on that ship, you know, and she makes that discovery that in the book is really horrifying. And I think in the TV show, they show what is on the reactor. It was very well done. Better, I think, than the book. So yes, very impressed with that. It then switched to a fairly long segment on Ceres, starting with a flyby and fly into the colony that was just spectacular, with a guy giving a speech that really sets the scene for the political tension on Ceres with the Belters. And obviously, as it's Ceres, that's following Detective Joe Miller, Ceres cop guy. And it does a very good job of showing Ceres and the Belter culture. The use of the hand gestures and things like sa-sa, all of that stuff. The Belter language, there's a couple of scenes where the other person is talking what sounds like gibberish, shall we say. And Miller's talking back to them in a mixture of English and Belter. It's very authentic, you know, fantastic. Really, really impressed with that as well. Obviously, in the Ceres segment, Joe Miller's given the contract to find Julie Mao, the missing girl from the opening scene. From there, the episode then moves over to the Canterbury, the ice hauler, which is travelling between the rings of Saturn and Ceres. Standard sort of ship's crew, very working industrial, you know, kind of like, say, Alien, Prometheus, that kind of ship sort of setup, you know. Very real, very authentic seeming, rather. I mean, so we meet the various cast members, like, say, Holden and the others. There were some others that I didn't remember from Book 1 for obvious reasons, but so that means they're probably fodder. But yeah, still very good, you know. The Exo's gone mad. Holden has to replace him because he's the second deputy, and now he's the exec officer. He's no sooner done that than there's this distress signal, obviously from Julie Mao's ship, that they're going to ignore because they don't want to lose their bonus for getting to Ceres on time, and they don't want to miss their docking bay either. But in the end, they decide to go out there. From there, the plot then pivots over to Earth, because obviously pilot episodes are always plot intense, get over lots of information, set up all the pieces on the board. So it's to New York, where Avasarala, obviously she's Assistant Deputy Undersecretary of Executive Administration for the UN, fingers in all the pies. She is interrogating a suspected Belter terrorists. Now, as you know from the books, the limbs of the Belters are much longer, the spine's longer because of the lower or 0G, and they can't actually live on Earth anymore. So this guy, it was very well done visually. It looked like his really long arms and legs, chained up against a wall, you know, being questioned by Avasarala, then having to get put back into some kind of like back-to-tank, as it were, where the liquid will support his weight and his joints and he won't die straight away. I will also say the look of New York is incredible. Most of the buildings are enormous, and they don't look like, you know, like, oh, this is clearly just some CGI nonsense. This is New York of the 23rd century. The sea levels are higher, you see it's all ringed by dams, like Liberty Island also is surrounded by things to keep all the water out. Fantastic. It's a very good initial setup of all of these three main plot lines, you know. Again, very detailed visuals and background effects. Like, for instance, during a walkthrough in Ceres, there's like a drone flies overhead, you know, or there's like a bird that's trying to fly in that lower gravity. It's really, really good, you know. Spot on. They've clearly spent a lot of money on this. It looks and feels like we're watching the history of the future playing out in front of us, you know, it really does. The cast, top-notch acting from all of them. Shora Agdashlu, she is Christian Avasarala. I had actually seen the trailer and then I bought the books based on that. So for me, she's always been Avasarala. I mean, that voice is just awesome. Same with the Jim Holden character being played by Stephen Strait. I've only ever seen him as Holden. Miller as well, he's been in all of the trailers, so he's always been that character for me. The only one who wasn't as I imagined was Amos, the mechanic, I guess you'd call him. For some reason, I'd always pictured him as like Bobby Singer from Supernatural, older, bearded, maybe bald, that kind of thing, an old curmudgeon. And he's not, he's a young guy, played by Wes Chatham. And now, I mean, he is Amos for me. They are all those characters, let's say, Dominic Tipper is now Naomi Nagata, Florence favourite is Julie Mao, Kaz Anvar is Alex Kamal, you know. They are now those characters. It's a very good job they've done of instantly fitting into those roles, so you feel like you know them already. There isn't a single weak performance among the cast, you know, they're all on their A game. And like, as the horror and the tension will unfold over the rest of the season, and those of you who've read the books know there's a lot of horror to come, you know. It should really be riveting drama. I can't wait. For those of you who are new to the Expanse universe and have only seen this, you haven't read the books or anything, you've got so much ahead of you. Remember the first time you saw or even heard of Game of Thrones, or the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, or whatever TV show you think was the most amazing thing that you ever saw. The first time you ever saw it, it's like that with The Expanse. It really is, you know. Serious, intelligent drama, what we've been crying out for since Battlestar Galactica, to be honest. And I can't wait for the next episode. It's been a top-notch performance by everyone. It's going to be awesome, it really is. It did not disappoint. I'm very excited for the rest of it. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see discussed. Let me know what you thought of the TV show of The Expanse. Maybe any differences you spotted between the books and the show. I'm sure there's some, but generally speaking, any adaptations I noticed, they were better than they'd been in the books, or it improved on it. The reason for that is, of course, the writers are part of the executive producing team, and they are always there to tell the writers and producers how it should unfold. And the show is going to be so much better for it.